Sweet. In the back. All right, now it's time to get down to the Amram Jam. So I will call you guys up in the order that you read, or that you signed up. And our first reader of the day is the one and only Brian Hassett. Come on down.
All right, so hey, the Amram Jam for the however many time. David is known for, besides everything else, scoring movies. And Splendor in the Grass, Manchurian Candidate, and Pull My Daisy come to mind. But have you ever scored a car chase?
Not yet.
So here's this is a real life on-the-road adventure tale for the on-the-road rider that we're celebrating this weekend. And David, when this happened and I emailed it to Carolyn Cassady, she wrote back, "Brian, darling, gosh, I was white-knuckled just reading that. Why aren't you writing bestsellers?" Good question. Okay, so a little ode to Neil and Jack. So it's about coming into Manhattan through the Holland Tunnel at 6 p.m. on the Friday of the Labor Day long weekend. Okay, Friday, Labor Day long weekend, coming into New York City. Not a time you want to be in traffic in Manhattan. And these are my first moments back in the city since Obama was first elected. And so I turned onto First Avenue from Houston, which is 0th Street. I couldn't believe I was seeing a Green Avenue light shining there just for a second, so I gunned it like hell for that holy grail through the yellowing intersection and right into the back of the racing pack. Zippity-doo-dahing along the crazy off-road tarmac they call avenues in this town. This whole island should be four-wheel drive only. But I'm in the mood for some real cruising, so I scooch the hell up with the flow and make it all the way to 14th Street without stopping. And then suddenly, the light's turning, so again, I run the yellow, past all the cars stopping on either side, and jump into the bare-assed end of the next flow. This is great, I'm gonna stay right here. And I'm heading for 23rd Street, where I plan to cut over and maybe go up clear 3rd Avenue, but I'm thinking, something's going on here. This thing is flowing. And you don't break your flow when you're in one in New York City. And so boom, I stay on it, bouncing through Gramercy Park, using all 3 mirrors, and the windows are down, because you need all your senses. And jumping lanes is needed, not having to worry about Casey the cat in the back, because I'm on a serious roll. But of course I glance back anyway for a nanosecond, and she's got her claws dug into the luggage and is holding on unshakably. And man, then we hit the 30s and still haven't stopped. Swallowing between yellow cabs and other non-personal cars. Nobody in their right mind would risk their own vehicle at more than 10 miles an hour on these cement bike trails. And then suddenly, I'm completely surrounded by buses. Ahead, behind, both sides, driving in their dark canyon, deafened by their roar, gassed into a stupor by their exhaust, and all the while knowing I'm going to be crushed like an ant in an instant by any one of these Goliaths bouncing unfazed at 40 miles an hour up this horribly broken track. And then, boom, the UN's coming up. Go tunnel or road, too quick. The tunnel lane already, no moving now. Poof, down into the dark hole of the only Manhattan non-water crossing tunnel. And then just as soon, blue. Back out into the light, just as the light ahead turns green, and suddenly I'm crossing freaking 50th Street, and a new flow starting. Zoom, right into it, not letting up on the pedal at all. If there's any space ahead, take it, go for it, keep chasing the front of the surge, Sarge. And then all of a sudden, that's the 59th Street Bridge, and I'm feeling groovy. That's the last traffic clog on this avenue, and now I'm passing 60th, and I haven't stopped since Houston. And suddenly, it's just your regular daytime bouncing rapids, and fast-flowing cars all around, slaloming over cement moguls, in the zone, in the flow. next time I look up, I'm passing my old neighborhood, 81st Street. No freaking way, I gotta tell Brother Rob when I get here, I just went 80 freaking blocks in one shot, as Gregory would say. And of course, right then, there's the huge clock. But I'm feeling great because I set a new all-time non-stop land record in Manhattan. 80 blocks.
Whoa!
And all these damn trucks are unloading and cabs are stopping for people and there's about one little lane trying to squeeze through the middle. But I'm already sailing up that very center lane of the river and keep bullishly paddling straight ahead to where I'm through without stopping. And as soon as I squeeze out of the hourglass of jam traffic, the light ahead's turning yellow. So I floor it and make it through only by the courtesy of that old New Yorker's rule, never pull into an intersection without first checking if some maniac is gunning the light. But now I'm way in the back of the flow again, so I just give her. And poor old Casey's holding on for dear life, but I gotta get with the flow, man. Flooring it through yellows all the way till I catch up again. And Lord help me, but I'm crossing fat freaking 96th Street at a race car pace, and dented cabs and army surplus bumper trucks smashing on either side, and everything's raging at breakneck New York old school speed. What we all live by, the speed limit is whatever you can drive on these crappy roads. And then boom, going fast as hell through the crazy trunk bouncing pothole rapids of Harlem, when the first thought hits, God, what if I could make it all the way to Rob's on 117th Street? Play it smooth, man, play it smooth. And so now I raced all the way from the back of the last light pack, yellow light pack, up to the pole position. Oh, don't go too fast, don't hit red, don't hit red. So I pulled her back a smidge and just started surfing the crest of the wave. Easy now, easy, just flowing with the lights. And I glide in softly for you wouldn't even notice it, landing a sweet coasting turn onto 117th Street. And of course, I roll right up and park directly in front of his apartment, and I won't have to move the car till Thursday. 117 blocks, non-stop, through Manhattan, during rush hour, on the Friday of the Labor Day long weekend.
Whoa!
In the words of John Cassady, I'll take it. David Amram Jam. See you all upstairs at 7.
All right, let's hear Brian Hassett, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear one more time for him. There we go. Now we've got the mic stand. Next up at the Amram Jam, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking for Julian Ortman. Julian Ortman. Here he comes. I see him moving down the aisle there. All right, let's hear it for Julian Ortman, ladies and gentlemen.
I get the fun job of following Brian. This poem is called Atoms. It's an atom. Atoms of the moon, atoms of the sun, atoms of the rich, and atoms of the bum, atoms of pop and atoms of the old west, atoms of seriousness and atoms in jest, atoms of Jupiter and atoms of Mars, atoms of country clubs and atoms of really fucking awesome bars. Atoms of grandma, atoms so sweet, atoms of Scrabble and atoms so neat, atoms of space and atoms of time, atoms of reason and atoms of rhyme, atoms of Lewis, atoms of special Olympic pins, atoms of cheesecakes and Washington wins, atoms of medley, atoms of range, atoms of normal, and atoms of strange, atoms of Jimbo and Jersey Shore scat, atoms of broad shooting, hey, choke up on that bat, atoms of black, atoms of white, atoms of left, and atoms of right, atoms of Jenny, atoms of care, atoms of big quilts, and atoms in prayer. Atoms of dirt, atoms of trees, atoms of birds, and atoms of bees, atoms of Carol, atoms of Hugh, atoms of flowers, and atoms in lieu. Atoms of Abel, atoms of Cain, atoms of pleasure and atoms of pain, atoms of Adam, atoms of Eve, atoms of value and atoms to seize, atoms of Dharma, atoms of God, atoms of Allah, and atoms to prod. Atoms of Eden, atoms of earth, atoms of heaven, and atoms of birth. Atoms are us, atoms are you. Atoms are everything and everyone we knew. Now, that was the original ending of this poem when I had first written it, but unfortunately, since I had finished this last time I was at LCK, I've had to write one more stanza. These were all very hard to write, but this one wrote itself in 30 seconds. Atoms of Allen, atoms of Miles, atoms of the good old Grateful Dead, and atoms and atoms and atoms of smiles. To Alan Crane.
One more time, Julian Ortman, ladies and gentlemen.